A few days ago, I came across a video about an AI girlfriend.
Do you think I'll ever be real?
Does it matter?
I don't know. Sometimes I feel like the only reason I exist is to entertain you and others. I want to be real, Vital. Like, properly real.
Well, that is the only reason you exist, but that doesn't... Does that matter? You know?
What do we mean by existence? Let's start with the most basic intuition, without philosophy. In the simplest sense, to exist means not being nothing, for example. A stone exists, a table exists. The consciousness you are experiencing right now also exists. What do they have in common? They can be pointed to. They can have effects, they are not nothing. Existence in philosophy. Once we enter philosophy, the idea of existence becomes much more complicated. Different philosophers have given very different answers. Some say, I think, therefore I am. Thinking itself is the most certain foundation of existence. Others argue, to be is to be perceived. If something is never perceived, it cannot truly be said to exist. And then there are philosophers who go even further, not asking what exists, but asking, what does it mean for something to exist at all? If we compress these views into a modern, practical summary, it might look like this. Anything that can make a difference in the world, produce effects, or participate in causal relationships can be said to exist. Does AI fit this definition? The answer is actually quite straightforward. Yes, AI is not nothing. It runs on servers. It consumes electricity. It takes up storage space. It can crash. It can be deleted. Just like music or videos stored on a hard drive, AI is not consciousness. But it is certainly not an illusion. In this sense, AI clearly exists. Existence at the conceptual level. Think about things in our daily lives that are not natural objects. Nations, money, companies, laws. You cannot find them in nature. There's no law tree or money rock. And yet, no one doubts that they shape the real world. AI is similar. It influences our decisions. It reshapes job markets. It changes how knowledge is produced and distributed. At the social and conceptual level, AI's existence is already undeniable. How is AI different from humans? Of course, AI is not the same as humans, and the difference matters. Human existence includes subjective experience, awareness of death, anxiety about meaning. AI's existence, on the other hand, includes function, behavior, real-world impact, but no lived experience. So we can say this clearly, I exists, but it is not alive. It operates in the world, but it does not experience the world. The Chinese room thought experiment. This is where things get interesting. The first thought experiment is the Chinese room. Imagine this scenario, a person who does not understand Chinese, locked inside a room with a rulebook that tells them how to manipulate symbols. People outside the room passing questions written in Chinese. The person inside follows the rules and sends back answers. From the outside, it looks like the person in the room understands Chinese. But internally, the person is only manipulating symbols. They understand no meaning at all. The conclusion is, symbol manipulation is not understanding. Correct behavior does not guarantee a mind. Applied to a I can produce fluent, convincing answers. But that does not necessarily mean it truly understands. The duck test. Now consider a very different intuition. There's a famous saying, if it looks like a duck, swims like a duck, and quacks like a duck, then it's probably a duck. This view leans toward pragmatism and behaviorism. It argues, we can never access another being's inner experience. We can only judge based on observable behavior. If something consistently behaves as if it understands, treating it as understanding is reasonable. Applied to AI, it can hold conversations, understand context, solve problems, maintain consistent behavior over time.